California, one of the greatest states in the nation, a place where many want to be due to its beautiful beaches, beautiful cities, and beautiful sights, all iconic in its own way. What we do not see is something serious, an empire that has made its way from the south of its border, an empire that came from the bottom up, an empire with some of the scariest people alive, willing to do anything to keep it going. These people and this empire is so powerful, it's known worldwide. Many others over the years have tried to put a stop to these guys. Unfortunately, many over the years have not been so successful with that. The amount of money these guys make is unbelievable. This is $1 million business that needs to be stopped. Ironic thing is that money can be chased back to some of the wealthiest people in our state of California. This is the sad part now. The product they're selling off is not drugs. It's human beings. After all, these are some of the worst men in the world. Only thing that makes the world spin for them is money. Now to get a better understanding of these bad people, they're known as narcos. In this case, we're looking at the Familia Arellano. Their empire is based in Tijuana, right on the California border. Do not mistake these people just because they're no Escobar. They're still very powerful, as I mentioned before. Their biggest product to sell are women and children. Although many look to the cartel to find passage to California, majority of them of the time that doesn't work out. Now, today human trafficking is known as a modern day slavery all around the world. Now, the hard part for the cartel is crossing the border wall, one of the many things stopping them, because once they cross, there's trouble. California is known to 3 of the largest cities to deal with human trafficking cases since 1998. The cities are San Diego, which is located right on the border, Los Angeles, and the last one would have to be San Francisco. Now, it's not a surprise that these 3 are the 3 major cities, because they're bound with the largest markets due to the fact that human trafficking costs up to $3,000 to $10,000 per person. We have to understand that in this perspective of the people that are being transferred from one place to another, life isn't easy for them. It's rough. They just want that breath of freedom. Martin Luther King said, "We must forever conduct our struggles on the high plane of dignity and discipline." And this goes a long way to show for these people. The king also said, "We are not satisfied and we will not be satisfied till justice rolls down like the righteousness like a mighty stream." We have to understand that these people have been through a lot in their lives. They're walking around with a scar, with a chip on their shoulder, and it's not easy for most of them. It's a struggle every day, looking up and realizing what most of them have been through and what some of them are still going through. It's a long path. It's a long path ahead, and on this path there's gonna be bumps along the road, and they just have to continue to fight forward and keep going. Most of them are not gonna want to do this with other people. They're gonna want to walk this road alone, and they're gonna find darkness, and it's not gonna be easy. There are places they can go, but most of them decide to hide the pain, continue with their lives, and keep moving forward. But like I stated before, these are scars in their lives that they have to deal with every day, and most people don't even understand. Most of these people were manipulated, deceived, and violated by the traffickers, getting trapped in ugly situations every day. And the thing is, victims share the same thing all around, and that's that loss of freedom in their souls. Now, look, the world's a dark place overall, and it's not beautiful, and we have to understand that there's people going through different situations compared to what we are, and they have to learn how to fight with this every day, as I stated before. And they have to know that once they do, there is light on the other side of the world. There is hope. They just gotta keep pushing forward, and they gotta keep looking up, because that's all we can really give to them. Now, what's the initial plan of action? Many of us probably don't even know. Many of us don't even know. Some of us just, some of them don't even know what to do. They just look outside the window and think every day. But the good thing is, there is a plan of action. There is something going on, and there is someone fighting for these people. Many of us don't even know, but it's Xavier Becerra, our Attorney General of California. Now the question is, what is he doing, and why hasn't it been done? Becerra has probably one of the hardest jobs, and he's probably struggling himself. But he has a plan, and one of the major plans is to commit these human smugglers as sex offenders and use available resources to help prevent human trafficking by getting businesses to step in. Now, this is a back and forth fight between the cartel and Xavier Becerra, our Attorney General, but he finds a way to keep getting back up. And another way he's trying to stop them is hurting them where it hurts most, with their money. And obviously, money is the thing that talks for these narcos, and they don't like that. And that's where it hurts most, and that's where he has to keep attacking now. This might seem like a crazy victory every time he does this, but in reality, it's not. We can't give back to these people what they lost over the years, but what we can do is just give them hope and help them out in any way we can. They need that, and they deserve that. We have to stick together as well, though. We have to make sure this plan of action goes through. We have to understand that this plan of action doesn't work unless we all play a part. Now, it might seem like a great success, like I stated before, but this is like a war, and each battle is important, and we haven't won a war, but every battle matters, and the big ones do count, and the small victories feel great. But like anything, it's like a marathon. You have to start out strong, and you have to end up finishing strong, or else you might fall behind, and you might be struggling, and you might be left on the sidelines helpless. Now, we need everyone, even including yourself, to play a part. If you just reach out and look for someone to help, it can go a long way. Even texting or calling the National Human Trafficking Hotline can help us, but we need someone to help lead us. And if someone steps up, we can meet this goal together, and it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.